kind of nervous, y'all just bear with me.
So what?
I ain't gonna keep it too long. All right. Of course, everybody knows my name is Jeremy Moore. This is my father-in-law, Steve.
Say amen right there.
Amen.
My wife, Amber. My
David.
son, Ashton. My daughter, Mackenzie. All right. It's called The Unlikely Candidate. I would say when I was around 14, 15, or 16, I had to do a few things that I'm not proud of. I had to sell drugs to take care of my mom and my brothers and sister. I had to keep the lights on. It was a rough go. My mom was in and out of work. There was no other man in the house but myself. So I had to step up and do what I had to do. I'm not proud of it. I'm not condoning it. It's just it's just part of my life that I look back and I thank God that I wasn't in prison or dead or
Amen.
shot, you know. I grew up in the church. My mom didn't go too much. I mean, she went when maybe Easter. You know how some people do. They show up on Easter, right before Thanksgiving, Christmas and all that. But I had to go. I had no choice. And I used to sit by my grandmother every Sunday.
Eric, Mama.
And at the time, I didn't know, you know, she would get the Holy Ghost all the time. It would scare me. I didn't know what was going on. But as I got older, I understood, and I knew it was something in me. I just couldn't quite understand what it was. And I had a dream, and my old pastor was in the dream, and he said, God gave you your height for a reason. I was thinking, what? Basketball, football, maybe? I wasn't sure. And a little while after that, he told me, I think you're going to be a preacher one day. I'm like, okay, yeah, me. But anyway, so I think God calls you through people too, because through the years at different jobs I would work at, I guess how I carried myself. You know, people come up to, are you a preacher? Like, I think you're gonna preach one day. And there's this one girl, her name was Natasha. She every day at work, she was like, "You gonna be a preacher? You gonna be a preacher? I just see it in you." I couldn't tell, but so I fought with that for a long time. I ran and I ran and I ran. What was it? A few years ago, 3, 4 years ago.
3, maybe.
When I announced here that I was called to preach, and that day, it felt good. I was still nervous, didn't know. You get that feeling, but it's like you gonna doubt yourself. You know, you're up here telling stories of God. You're preaching, you're teaching, but you're still not perfect.
That's right.
And,
Right.
and my confusion was, well, how can I get up there and be a voice for him if I'm not doing right?
That's right.
You know, how can I tell you or you what to do and not to do if I'm doing the same thing? Well, you know, my wife told me, she said, well, if you're gonna wait to be perfect, so you ain't never gonna do it.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen, Amber.
So I had a lot of struggles, You know, when I committed to standing by Steve's side to preach up here, which of course y'all know that didn't happen, it seemed like everything went bad. It went from good, bad, to worse, to horrible. It's like, you know, that saying when the rug get pulled out from under you, you know. And we lost a lot. We lost a lot. But during that time, we kept God first. I mean, it was a struggle every day. You ask him every day, why? Why is this happening? I tell you, I know why it happened. You know, you make bad choices. You know, when like Steve says, when you ready to fight that fight with God, the devil's gonna come get you. And I tell you what, he spanked me, and the devil got me. I tried to get back right. It would be one day, hey, this is the day.
Amen.
The next day, it's like my energizer just went down. You know, my battery for God was slowly going down each day. And I turned my back. I know y'all can attest, most of y'all can attest, you know, we wasn't in church for a long time, and that was partly due to me. You know, I'm the head of the house. I should tell them, hey, get up and let's go. Even if I feel bad or sick, or you know, you take Steve here, he can be sick and he'll still get up here and give it his all.
Amen.
I know that my grandma, she's 81 years old, and she gets up and go to church every Sunday. And then you got to ask yourself, you know, like Mr. Bill, he's here every Sunday. So what is the problem with me or other people that can't get up for an hour to serve the Lord?
Amen.
So anyway, we lost everything, and during that time, I prayed and I prayed. Me and the kids, you know, we got back, because at the time we was praying before dinner. We would get up in the morning and pray when we could, and it was a ritual for us. We would pray every day, every night. We'd go in their room and sit and pray with them, and after a while, it just, you know, when you know that they're saying he might not come when you want him to come, but he's always on time.
Amen.
So
Amen.
I had to wait, and it was tough. It was really tough, and I just thank God I still have my job. I thank God I still have my job. I can still support my family, and they still support me.
Amen.
Amen.
If it wasn't for my kids, I don't know. If it wasn't for my kids and my wife, I don't know. I don't know what I would have done. And you know, you get close to thinking of certain things, and you don't know why. It's just things. My problem was things. It was my pride. My pride wouldn't let me humble myself. So during this time, I've learned that if you don't humble yourself, what's the point? You know, you can say you got this, you got that. You can try to keep up with the Joneses or the Andrews. but you have to humble yourself. You have to humble yourself and be a voice for the Lord. And I have a lot written down, and hey, I'm not gonna keep you long.
Now go ahead. You take it. Go ahead.
And I just want to say to my family, I thank y'all, and I appreciate y'all for staying with me and telling me every day it's gonna be okay. I appreciate y'all. Because if it wasn't for God and them, I wouldn't be standing up here telling y'all this today. You know, my daughter, she tells me, Daddy, you need to get up and go to church. And I lay in the bed, and I toss and turn, and
It's all right.
and I tell her, well, what's the point? You know, things are bad, and I just couldn't bring myself to get up. And you know, that saying, you know, attitude reflects, you know, the people around you. And so I saw them, you know, not wanting to go to, and it hurt. You know, and it was some Sundays, you know, my wife, you know, hey, we need to go to church, we need to go to church, and she'd get up, she'd get the kids ready, and one day I remember Ashley saying, well, if Dad ain't going, I'm not going. And that hurt, you know. I didn't let them see it, but it hurt. So I knew I had to get back. I had to make things right. And me and Ashley actually got saved together one day. You remember that? We sat down in the first pew after church, and Steve saved both of us. And that was one of the best days of my life. Me and my son getting saved together. Appreciate you for that, Ashley.
Roll Tide, Ashley.
And so, yeah, with that being said, I want my church family to know that I'm back, and I'm here, and God willing and Steve willing, I'm ready to step up and pastor, okay?
Amen.
Amen.
With y'all blessing and with Steve blessing,
Amen.
I'm here,
Amen.
and I thank y'all.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen, brother. God bless you. We love you. You back, we'll take you back. We just like to. And we all, how many of y'all ever got away from the Lord? Raise your hand way up high. All right, yeah, we all have. We've all